Atlanta, live from K.L.P Studios. Ever wonder what went down behind the scenes of our top stories?
Say what?
Then tune into What Had Happened Was, the only radio station that takes you straight to the source. From coast to coast, tune in now as we dive deep into the stories, the drama, and the moments that shape the culture with
The swanky one, new K.L.P.
and
With your girl, Evelyn Letitia.
live, Swanky 93.3 and the Heat 94.6 radio stations, or wherever you get your podcasts from.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we back. I know it's been a minute, because if y'all seen the last episodes, like the first beginning of our K.L.P Aftermath, I told you guys I've been under the weather, and I felt bad because I had to text Evelyn and say, hey, we won't be able to record because I'm in bed rest. But we back.
We back.
What happened was, I'm your one of your podcast hosts, K.L.P Kennedy Lucas, and of course we have the wonderful, the talented. She's talented.
If you don't know, you better ask somebody.
Yes, Evelyn Letitia's in the building.
What's up? It's so good to be back.
Yes, first of all, good to have you back.
It's good to be back. I miss you too.
You know, the love is real, y'all. Because let me tell you, when I was sick and I had to text her like, Evelyn, I know we said we were gonna record, but I just can't.
I was like, rest.
Yes.
Hydrate.
Hydration. You guys know we got the hydration in the studio. But Evelyn, good to have you back. I'd like to know what's going on with you. I seen your gram and you got so much stuff going on. So the people want to know what's going on in your world.
Well, it's a grind for sure. Finishing up the end of last year, I worked with one of the theater companies I told you about at Center Stage. I did their set dressing and their props. I did costuming for when they had their promo shoot. Finished up with them, signed a contract to do three of their other shows in the spring for set dressing and props and stuff like that. Got booked for a new film.
Hey. Hold on. Yes, that deserves applause.
Y'all better cheer me out.
Yeah.
So I got called up by the writer and director who I have previously worked with twice before. She was like the assistant director on 2 other films, but this particular project is hers. And she said, when I wrote this, I had you in mind. She called me up. There was no audition. She said, I know what you can do, and this part is yours. It was for me to turn down, basically. And I said, let's do it. And so we had our first table read on January 5th. So I got to come all the way down here. We were in Locust Grove, Georgia. I've never been there before.
Yeah, I know exactly where that is.
It's a little drive out there to the boonies, but I loved it because the cast is phenomenally cast. I get to work with some people who I've worked with previously. That's always great when you've been on sets with people who you're like, oh, I would love to work with them again. Because at this point in my life, they're probably, and I've been in entertainment now since 2015. I think I started acting right around that time, like I was an extra. But to this day, there's probably only 2 people that I can honestly say I don't care to step foot on set with them again ever in life. If I never see you again, it won't be too soon. Yeah. That's where I'm at with that. One of them is blocked on everything. I'm like, you can't even email me.
Oh, no.
So when I tell you, like, certain energies that I'm very perceptive to energy, there's just some people I don't want to work with again. So when you get to be on set with people that is just, amazing, the talent, I'm so looking forward to doing that. And then before I got here today, checked my email and I got 5 auditions just sent to me, and I'm like,
not 4, but 5.
5 of them, baby. And so I'm like, I got to get those done and get those back in. And I know people say this every year, like, oh, this is my year. Yeah. But, like, I've been through it the last few years. There's always something that abruptly stopped my progress going into the next year. Right. Like, that was just unforeseen. But this year definitely feels different. I'm going to do a new mind wave and just doing more positive stuff. Really taking care of my body. I've lost, like, 35 pounds.
Now, let me tell you. I peeped that.
You saw the dress?
video you did. I'm like, wait.
Look, let me tell you something. One of my homegirls, I posted a video because I just went to something called the Wonder Ball, which it was hosted by a theater company I work with out of Charlotte called Sigmund Theatrical. Shout out to them.
Shout out to y'all.
They do a lot of like special events. Yeah. We do a lot of roving entertainment at festivals and stuff like that. So I've gotten to work with them in multiple character capacities, and so this was the second annual Wonder Ball, where we had this kind of ball for all the performers who work with them throughout the year. And so this year's theme was to dress like your favorite theater character or your favorite theater genre, whatever show. Yeah. So I kind of merged Moulin Rouge and Chicago together. Hey. So I had on this little sparkly dress that hugged my curves and some silk, gloves and a feather headdress and feather thing. And my friend said the same thing. I sent her the picture. She said, "Okay, waist snatch." Okay, I said, "Baby," because I was starting to look like a Gatorade bottle. I said, "We got to get that Coke bottle back." She's always been thick, but it always went wrong. And then lately it was kind of like, I said, "We need an dish to go back out." So been doing that and just back in the gym. I'm back to weightlifting. Because most of that weight that I lost, because I was working in the theater and stuff at the end of the year, it was not because I was in the gym working out. It was because I was eating, right, and I was doing a lot of intermittent fasting, which works for me, and drink plenty of water. So now I'm back in the gym building muscle that's going to burn more fat and stuff like that.
Shout out to the gym. So, that's been my crutch. And I tell you, when I got back from sickness, going to the gym was hard because, again, it was like 2 weeks of not being active. And it aggravated me not being active. So shout out to the gym because that's a gold mine of mine. It's like I gotta go to the gym. Yeah. Like, if I have the time, let me go to the gym. But that's awesome.
I'm excited about what this year's gonna bring. Yeah. And coming into 2025 meant, like each year, or every so often you got to kind of cut off some relationships that are no longer serving your growth. That when people just when people are peopling, you got to start pushing and loving people from a distance and just, going your separate ways. And so there was a grieving process, as always, going into the new year. Like, hey, I know I'm not going to be close with them again, or I'm not going to be close with this person or in that space and again. But, growth and elevation to where you want to be and your peace and happiness, sometimes it comes with people falling off. Yeah. And for us who... you picture yourself making it somewhere one day and you almost picture the people that you want around you. And then when that doesn't happen, you got to grieve that. Yeah. Because it's worse. It's worse to keep those people because I want to see them around me and you're trying to keep holding on to them, but they're stunting your growth or they're pushing you backwards instead of progressing you forward. Right. And I'm the type of person, I don't want nobody around me if you're jealous of what I'm doing, what I'm saying. Now, this ain't talking about I want people around me to be my yes people and agree with me. No. But even when you disagree with me, where's that disagreement coming from? Is it out of love and correction? Yeah. Or is it out of spite and because you don't want to see me elevate? Yeah. And like knowing that discernment has really helped me make sure that the right people around me. And when I say my tribe,
go to
my tribe absolutely, support and uplift me in ways that just it's amazing. That's a blessing. Even from my band, we had our gig back in December.
Yeah, I love that.
Same night, the venue was like, "We want y'all back." Hey. What your schedule look like in 2025? Yeah, and so we are back at Rainer's Cafe in downtown Greenville. Hey. We're back there February 15th. We have a set 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. I'll be posting about it on my band page on IG at @EvanLetitia_live. I'll be posting stuff, but we're back there.
Day after Valentine's Day, too. What
so
kind of songs y'all gonna be
We're going to continue some of that, love and feel-good music, Some of it's up-tempo to get you up and dance a little bit. Some of it's more mellow, still can dance. But yeah, whether you are in a couple relationship, whether you want to come out by yourself and be single, you might meet somebody else single out there. But we're going to be back at Rainer's on February 15th. So.
Shout out to February 15th, y'all. Go check her out if you guys are in the area, please, because, I see the things on social media and to see Evelyn doing her thing and performing. Let me tell you, she can sing too. Like, I might need a track for my new movie and say, hey, Evelyn, I'm gonna write a song.
Where the studio at?
I'm gonna need an original soundtrack. Theme song. But congratulations.
She sings and raps, baby.
Sing and rap. You know, I used to rap, but I ain't, I'm just the producer side of it. Now, before we get to the topic, speaking of music, because we got to get to
I'm about to say, you can't skip over what you done.
Oh.
what you got going on? Like, I don't talk for 9 minutes about me. Like, what you got going?
I got a lot going on. By the grace of God, feeling much, much better. Everybody knows about me having that infection. So I started DJing. So yeah, we got the board right here sitting resting, but I started to DJ.
Oh, you call it Satan?
The board.
Oh, I thought you said. Oh, you said sitting and resting.
Sitting and resting.
Okay, I thought you said Satan and resting.
Sitting and resting here.
You named it Satan.
No. So I started to DJ, and I wanted to DJ for a long time because everybody knows I went to Chicago and Detroit, did a little set, and I'm like, okay, maybe this is something I need to do. So I had to get an official board, and we did, and we'll because it's part of our sponsor. We'll get to that in a minute. We did a set last night, kicking old school. So I played some old school tracks from the 80s and did a set there. Wrapped up filming Syndicate, my new movie. Syndicate is Eden Prime 3. So Eden Prime 1 came out in 2021. Eden Prime Codename Atlas came out last year. So now Syndicate is an Eden Prime story, but we renamed it because it's an origin story of Ava Huxley, the character. And that's getting ready to come out. And then just celebrating Christmas was good. My mom, I can say this now because I posted that. So I got my mom a Louis Vuitton bag. And she was so ecstatic. I got it when we were in Chicago. And, had to, when she was on one side of the store, I was on the other side. Oh, shout out to Tania. Tania, she is the salesperson in Louis Vuitton in Chicago. Forgot what mall it was in. She helped me out with that. The quickest purchase of ever. And then she gave me the price. I'm like, it's for my mama though. So hey, take my card.
Tania was like, commission.
Yeah. Tania like, you want to add this too? And that too? How about a bracelet? I'm like, no. So the bag's fine.
Oh yes, we got a commission.
It was a great Christmas. New Year's sucked because I was sick, so I couldn't go out with my friends. But at the beginning of January, it's been a blessing, and going to church before my mom had surgery. So sorry, Mom, because I don't want to put all your business out there. But
Mama, I ain't had nothing to do with that.
She had a good surgery. I mean, surgery was very successful, but it was an ankle surgery. So we had to make sure we do church before she would be resting at home for the next 8 weeks to recover. So that kind of freaked me out a little bit because surgery is surgery, but. And today, shout out to Matt Mahoney. Time of the recording, it will be later, but I'm going to film another broadcast in the Paynes Ferry area. So yeah, we've been booked and busy. It's been great.
Booked and busy.
It's been a great start of the year. Going to the gym too. Going to crunch.
I've been seeing you on Instagram and stuff. Yeah. I'm like, Kennedy be flexing my muscles line. He wait till you get all sweaty and stuff, and he be glistening. Yeah. And he be like,
yeah.
I'm like, come on, Kennedy, you better show them.
My friend's like, why you glistening like that? Why you sweating? You know what you're doing. Like, yeah, I know what I'm doing.
He says real sweat. He ain't sprayed that on.
Dude. But yeah, so the gym's been good. Podcasting's been good. I have two ladies that hopefully you'll get to meet one day. I'm trying to put together another podcast, like a females lead podcast with the two ladies of ours. So
they might fall in love with me.
Yeah, hopefully, because it might be you and Brittany and Aaliyah together, and I'm over here producing in the studio and just letting my ladies have a voice.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to put that together, but it's been a good start. Did a wrap up podcast, and I had to. I went in on my wrap up, but then I asked for forgiveness, and it's been a good start to the year. Okay. Good start of the year. Now let's get to the sponsor because I got to get to that.
Yes.
Shout out to Mixcloud. You know it. Mixcloud.com, guys. That is my favorite website and app. As I just mentioned, I am a DJ, so you can listen to all of the mix sets that we've done so far over at mixcloud.com, or you can download the app. What Mixcloud is allowing DJs to do their sets and use music without worrying about a copyright strike violation or takedowns. They don't take your content down because they have the licensing for you to play any type of music within your mix. Very, very good for DJs. I love them for that. And you can also download the app. I've got a couple sets there. The newest set, Kicking Old School, you guys can listen to it. And I got a new track, actually. So it's a new track for me, but it's Never Wanna Leave. That's Flo Milli, Cardi B, SZA featuring DJ Kennedy Lucas. So that is really, really dope. Taking their song and just kind of adding my little flair to it. And it's on Mixcloud only. It's not on Spotify. It's not on Apple Music. It's Mixcloud only. So shout out to them as well. Yes.
So going into our first topic, because we're kind of talking about, creatives and stuff like that. I shared with you a post that was shared by one of my Facebook, followers or friends, and it had said, "From Marvel to Zeus Network is crazy." Now, the person that is in question that they were talking about is Jonathan Majors. If you haven't heard, Jonathan Majors has partnered with Zeus.
Yes.
Many people know Zeus for, let's call it what it is, some of the ratchet behavior that goes on.
Hey, shut up.
So, you've seen some of the stuff like, Jocelyn Hernandez, her cabaret show, and most popular is the Baddies franchise, where, all the women, the baddies in the house. I think they also have the Bad Boys on there as well, which is like the male counterpart to the baddies or whatever. And so people are known for that. So when they hear Zeus, it's almost synonymous with fighting and people throwing stuff and cursing each other out and, all that kind of stuff. So when she put that, From Marvel to Zeus Network is crazy, I was like, well, would we not want him to be on a network that he can bring something different to? Now, Zeus Network is Black owned, so to say that you want just this network to have one set look to it, when we know culturally we have a spectrum of who we are as Black folks, right? In general. So like, yes, you're gonna have people that's more ratchet, they're not as well put together or things like that, and more people who are more button up. Like, there's a whole spectrum. We're not a monolith. And so if Jonathan Majors bringing something to the network that's going to make it more well-rounded, I said, why not? Yeah. And people, Marvel is what it is today because of a Black man. Let's not act like, Wesley Snipes, his Blade movie didn't set this whole Marvel universe ablaze, right? So to act like Marvel is just so far above, Zeus Network, it is crazy to me. I guess they're trying to say because Jonathan Majors has been in a lot of Marvel stuff, like this is a step back for him. But what looks like a step back sometimes for us in general may be a promotion that you don't see coming. Yeah. Right? But he has this new it says, I'm just going to take this from the Instagram, the Black Script page. It says, Jonathan Majors partners with Zeus Network for his film Magazine Dreams. Jonathan Majors is partnering with Zeus and Briarcliff Entertainment to release a film, Magazine Dreams, which is now set to land in theaters on March 21st, 2025. The film was brought to life by executive producers Majors through his production company, Zeus CEO Lemuel Plummer, and Zeus presidents Jason Tolbert and LaJohn Plummer. Luke Rogers, Andrew Blau for Los Angeles Media Fund, and producers Jennifer Fox, Dan Gilroy, Jeffrey Soros, and Simon Horseman. I'm excited to see it.
I'm excited too.
One thing, legal troubles aside, no one can deny the actor, the content creation of what Jonathan Majors does. This man is so freaking talented.
Really talented.
When I watch him in the Loki series on Disney Plus, the way he transforms into the different variants, I'm just like, wow. It takes special people to be able to do that. So I'm excited about what's coming. And in 2025, I would challenge anybody, especially if you're a Black person and you see other Black people trying to create and push stuff in the forefront. Don't take a shot to tear it down before you get to let these people make it. Like that comment didn't need to be said.
It didn't. I feel like Jonathan Majors with his partnership, he's able to, and I don't know too, because we're both in the film industry. But when you work for a big network or a big studio like and I love Marvel too, but like with Marvel, the actor as Majors and him being a creative, there's limits to what he can sort of do or create because he has a contract with the big network and they got the big wigs making those decisions. With him partnering up with Zeus, yeah, he's working with a partnership and executives for Zeus, but I feel like he'll have a little bit more creative freedom
Yeah.
with Magazine Reign, right? And I think this is what he needs, right? A lot of creators have to go to the I would say the smaller players because they're able to be more creatively free to do and create and to give us good quality worthy of a product. And they be more at their happiest because they have a little bit more hands on in these type of projects. Let's say them going to the big dollars and big Hollywood where they're kind of restricted. I've seen him in the Loki series. I think it was what's it called? Lovecraft Country.
Lovecraft Country. Oh,
amazing!
I hate that they canceled that show.
I hate it too because I
started speaking too much truth.
And it's like, hey, that is true. That is true. The truth hurts to some people. That makes people feel uncomfortable. That's why they cancel. But I seen him in that and really, really dope.
Yeah.
I even would go as far as say he did really good in Creed 3.
Yeah.
As the kind of villain, but not really. But you put him up with Michael B. Jordan, and I've seen the movie. I love the soundtrack too. But the movie of him in that is quite amazing because he's playing that tough villain, I guess, because he was a villain, but not really.
Yeah.
But to see he can cultivate different stories, it's amazing. So I don't want to disqualify him because of the legal troubles.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna say I think he was just at the wrong place at the wrong.
Well, we have on video of him trying to get away from like in what country? Like you can sit here all day long and say that racism doesn't play a part in today and age and stuff that's going on, but when you see a black man running from a white woman, I mean, run like not just 10 yards,
sprinting,
running from blocks, sprinting and being chased, and still is said to be the aggressor.
Country we live in, huh?
Child, but that aside, I just want us to do better about supporting because the person that even put this comment up on Facebook is a fellow creator who is in the industry, and I'm like, it's the same thing I get when people are saying such disparaging things about Tubi. Like, of course, people who love to hate on stuff and love to see the negative and everything, they highlight all the bad stuff that's on Tubi. Yes. There are some horrible stuff on Tubi. I'm like, who put this together? How does it get past the editing floor? Like, what happened?
Get past distribution? Like, what?
Look, literally, what had happened was, so that you got that, but the majority of stuff I see on Tubi, and it's because I choose to look for the positive stuff and highlight those, is a lot of great stuff. Not only great content and movies being made, by our peers and everything, but they have a lot of classics, cult classics and stuff that you can go and watch and series and stuff like that on Tubi. And I'm like, y'all keep playing. Tubi is fastly growing in popularity and it's free still.
Yeah. Not for long.
It's free.
Because we forget who owns Tubi. Fox owns Tubi.
So
Fox is a big corporation.
Y'all sit here and play if you want to. There's gonna come a time all them people talking about this negative stuff and pushing the negative out there about Tubi. Pretty soon everybody gonna have to pay for it. Then you're going to be to see the negative, let alone the positive.
Yep, they trying to compete with Max and Netflix that we paying already for them. Love them too, but like, Tubi's coming up.
And if you're the type person where you are choosing to highlight and showcase the negative stuff, the stuff that looks like trash on Tubi, then you're part of the problem because most of y'all probably got people who y'all are friends with who are filmmakers. You do a disservice when you choose to show and highlight that stuff, but you won't share your friend's project. You choose to show all the negativity, but your friend just asks you just to go watch the movie that they just put up there and to get some commentary on, but you ain't never got time. You ain't never got, well, I don't really share that type of stuff on my page. I go to your page right now and see all kind of reels. Like, like what?
I got some friends because y'all know Kennedy Lucas Films. I got some movies on Tubi as well, and I'd be like, "Hey, go watch this, guys." Not my close circle, because they share, but like outside friends, "Hey, share this for me." I check it out. It'd be 3 weeks later. Did you see the movie? Yeah, I saw it. Who was the main character? Like, okay, you didn't see the movie then.
But to all the creators who are, in their creative bag and you're doing stuff,
She got that button. She got the button.
Yeah.
She got that button. Yeah, but shout out to Jonathan Majors. Look, he gonna bounce back, if not already. He's gonna find his way back to big Hollywood. But I think it's good that he's partnering up with, I want to say, Zeus as the underdog, because I think Zeus, along with All Black, you heard of All Black?
Yes.
Those networks, they're fast and growing, right? And I think honestly, with those networks, it's just funding, and it's not no fault to them. Funding's hard to gain funding for your network when you're starting out, and you have independent filmmakers, and you've got people. It's hard to find that funding, but once they find that funding, once they find celebrities that be a part of this network, then they're gonna grow to great heights.
Yeah.
So that's why I say Zeus and All Black, and maybe even Tubi, but not really Tubi, because we got to remember cult classics. T.I. got a show called Departments on Tubi, really, really funny, right? They're getting the big players to help them grow their network. And I think Jonathan Majors, along with other actors and actresses, they're going to partner up with Zeus with more projects too.
Yeah.
Congratulations, because I can't wait to see it.
Okay.
I saw the cover.
They're excited about Jonathan, ain't it?
Jonathan Majors, he big too. He big, dude. Big dude. I'm like, oh, okay. A little big.
Yeah.
But hey, shout out to him.
But moving on, we're talking about some Hollywood type stuff.
Yes.
And I say that just to make this segue, because we know that there's been a lot of wildfires going on in California right now. Most of what you hear about in the news media has been the Palisades, which is where a lot of celebrities live and stuff like that, but it's no longer. I saw, I think it was Hollywood Boulevard or something, a sign that just completely melted and everything like that. I've been to Hollywood a couple times now. I have a cousin that lives in North Hollywood, and so I've been out there and everything. But just looking at the pictures and everything, you would think that it's only the rich that's being affected, because that's the way the media is kind of having to spin it. But one of the places that, the Eaton fire has swept through historically black area called Altadena, and I found this article here. It was the ABC7 newscast, and this is from Eyewitness News. It says generation of black families built their lives in Altadena. Then the Eaton fire swept through LA. So this whole fire is the Eaton fire, but Altadena is this place, Altadena, California. It says when the wind-driven Eaton fire whipped through Altadena, California, it didn't just destroy neighborhoods; it wiped away a part of the rich history of the city. Decades ago, when the illegal discriminatory practices of redlining was widespread, parts of Altadena were open for people of color to buy homes. As a result, generations of black families planted roots there. And then at one time, it says there were 30% African Americans, said Veronica Jones, president of the Altadena Historical Society. The Mountain View Cemetery is the resting place of abolitionist and educator Ellen Garrison Jackson Clark and renowned author Octavia Butler. The community is also home to hundreds of black families whose homes were ravaged by the Eaton fire 1 week ago. You've got generations, 3 generations, says Altadena President Pauline Daniels, and we are Daniels, Franklin, and Hughes, and we have an element that's not here, Freeney. Between these families, 7 homes were destroyed. This is talking about a particular family now. And it says one home that was still standing is a 93-year-old Shelley Daniels and her husband, who purchased their home for about $16,000 in 1960. Let me tell you something.
Could you imagine? Ooh, 60. Could you
if
imagine?
I could get a house for $16,000 today,
I could get 2 of them.
I bought my house. I bought my house in I'm about to say 19. Lord, there wasn't no house in my name and no 19 nothing. I bought my house in 2016 at $190K. My house today in 2025 is valued at $365. So, like, the area I live in has grown, so it has a lot of, equity built up.
Yeah.
But imagine if you could have got a house for $16,000 and kept it in your family for generations, for decades. God, yeah. So, like, this has been just a crazy occurrence happening, and the most heartbreaking thing I saw was a video of a daughter outside a water hose trying to save her 90-year-old parents' home. Yeah. I I can imagine what it is going through a house fire, because I've been through a house fire. When I was 6, we had a house fire. And just to put in perspective, I'm 37 today. I don't mind telling my age. I'm not some people like, oh, don't tell your age.
Don't tell your age in the bracket.
It don't matter. I'm 37 and y'all still think I'm in my 20s. So, hey, it's what it is. I get told I got a baby face. I'm like, what that mean? They was like, you just got a baby face. I'm like, okay.
Like, all right, I'll take it.
You can look, but know that she full grown. But anyway, we had a house fire when I was 6, and I remember it vividly like it yesterday. Like, my dad had just, bought me and my little sister, my brother, something to eat. My dad was going to be going to work. My brother, now there's like a 9-year difference between my brother. So he's a teenager. I'm 6. My brother's 9 years older. He's like 15, 16. Yeah. So he's there with me and my little sister until our mom was supposed to come home. Yeah. And my dad left, and he had to work night shift that night. And he was like, he had to go to Walmart to get some paint for something before he went to work. And we're sitting at a table eating our little food, whatever. And that's when I told my brother I smell smoke. And my brother, he's like, ain't no smoke. And he went to check the stove just in case. And the stove is off. Wow. But I seriously, I said, I smell smoke. Mind you, I'm 6. My little sister's like 3 and a half. Wow. And my brother goes to where our kitchen was. You kind of walk to the left, and there's a living room right there, and then you walk a little bit more, and then the laundry room is right there. Right. And the door was closed. My brother opened the door. There's flames.
Oh, no. And
in our laundry room, we had, like, how you have your baskets and stuff. Yeah. So sometimes when you wash clothes and dry them, you just throw in the basket. So there was a lot of clothes in the baskets that hadn't been folded and put away yet. So all that act is just more fuel for the fire. Oh, yeah. So, like, this fire is just, like, burning. And my brother got us outside on the porch. I remember him calling 911. Right. And the last place my dad was going to Walmart, so he ended up called Walmart. And I remember my dad saying they came with a loudspeaker for him to come to the front, and they told him what was going on. And where I lived, my house, we had a community fire department. There was literally my house. There's a little bit of woods right here, and on the very other side of the woods was the fire department. Oh wow! Okay. And so they came, but they didn't have enough water to put out all the fires. And then we had to wait for the city to come out. By this time, the whole back side of the house, where the laundry room is up in flames. But the fire is so hot. We lived in a double wide trailer, so it was pretty wide. Right. But the fire is all the way on this side of the house. The heat was so hot, it melted through the walls. All the way to the other side. We lost clothing, pictures. I remember in our den we had furniture that was wrapped in plastic. See, some of y'all kids, that's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all ain't never laid and took a nap on some plastic and you woke up and you were stuck to it. That's why y'all so bad today.
Shout out to my God rest her soul, my grandma, both my grandmas.
Y'all don't know nothing about like furniture. That was just something in style. But I'll tell you one thing, it don't hold up in the fire. It burnt all the way through to all of that. And until this day, and the reason I gave my age earlier, this happened when I was 6. I'm 37 today. Today, I still can smell that burnt. Like, once they did get the fire out and everything, we were able to go back in, like, a day or two later. I still can smell very vividly what the wood smelled like, what the clothing and stuff. Like, we lost pictures and stuff. If it wasn't for family members who had pictures of us as babies and kids and stuff like that, I wouldn't have any of that today. And for us, we were lucky enough that my dad's older brother had a 3-bedroom house. Yeah. Didn't, his kids and everything, they lived with their mom. So we were able to move into my uncle's house. We were displaced for a year. A lot of these families, because a lot of these families lived in the same area together, it wasn't just one family, our house burnt, now we just come stay with y'all. Nah. If multiple family members have lost homes, people are going to be displaced for a minute. And, but we were displaced for a year. And my uncle at the time, he went to live with my grandmother. She lived right down the road. So he went and stayed with her, and we stayed in his house. So it didn't disrupt our home life too much. We got a lot of volunteers that gave us clothing and stuff like that. Some of the clothing that were in our drawers on the other side of the house, like I said, this heat burnt through the walls. Right. Some of those clothes were okay, but they had that smoke smell in it. We had to go to the laundromat, and I remember it taking like 10 washes just to get the smell out, the smoke smell. Wow. And to this day, if something starts like burning, I'm like, hold on, something on fire. Yeah. Because I can smell it. Yeah. Like, my nose is that sensitive to that smell. So I can't imagine these people losing everything, and some of them have absolutely no place to go to. Yeah. Like, not one place. Now, there are celebrities who are in the process of donating money and trying to get people. I've seen some news broadcasting where there are hotels who are saying, you know, hey, if you are displaced, come to us. We will give you free nights and stuff like that. So people are really stepping up. Tyler Perry actually called out the insurance company. And I'm gonna read what he said. This is his Instagram post. He said, watching a daughter use a garden hose to try and protect her 90-year-old parents' home because their insurance was canceled was just gut-wrenching to me. Does anyone else find it appalling that insurance companies can take billions of dollars out of communities for years and then all of a sudden be allowed to cancel millions of policies for the very people they became rich on? People who have paid premiums all of their lives and are left with nothing because of pure greed. As I'm in the process of trying to figure out what steps to take to do all I can to help as many as I can, I'm keeping everyone in my prayers. And that
is very heartwarming for Mr. Perry.
Yeah, they cancel, these insurance companies cancel a lot of these people's coverage months before this fire happened. Yeah. And you got to ask yourself why. And so there's a lot of conspiracy theories going on about why. Yeah.
I think it's greed, and it sucks. It's good that Tyler Perry called them out, but these insurance companies don't care.
They've made their billions.
They made their money, and they made their commission and their tenure, whatever they got within these insurance companies. So they're like, okay, celebrities can say what they want, but we're still an insurance company.
Yeah.
And it's just it sucks that insurance companies are like that. So that's why when I look at either my health insurance or my car insurance, even I look at which ones are not, sketchy and who actually cares, because insurance companies, they just do not care. And it sucks for these because it's with the fires, people are coming out and saying, oh, celebrities, they're fine, they're rich, they can just buy another one.
Yeah.
But they may not, because their insurance may not be able to cover what they bought into the house. One of our favorite R&B artists, and my sister's favorite, Jhené Aiko, her house is in California that burned down. And I think a lot of people got to understand, yes, these are celebrity homes, but they've got family pictures. They got family heirlooms that you can't replace. And insurance is not going to replace it, right? And then you look at the average Joe Schmo that's probably making, the minimum wage in California, and it's expensive in California. Yeah. Their apartments and homes burn down, and then they really ain't got nowhere to go, right? And then you got to think of the young folks that live in California that are living in these apartments. You get what's called renter's insurance. That ain't nothing. Yeah. They would say it's covering the building stature, but everything in that, you're on your own.
One thing about any kind of renter's insurance, home insurance, take pictures and document your valuables.
Yes.
And make sure you have it loaded in a safe place that you can access. Like, so even if your computer was to get burned up in a fire, you can go and access it on a drive somewhere else, right? Upload it to your insurance company so they'll know exactly what it is. Because that's what happened. Well, how do we know what you had in there? That's when you start getting met with that. Or how do we know that's the price of that? So, like, make sure you document those things, too. Because, like you said, it's not enough just to have the insurance. You have to make sure you have documented what it is you got insured. Because if not, they'll just try to write you off for, if they give you anything, oh, well, we think it's valued at, $200. But you got $10,000 worth of stuff in there. Like, what?
And they'll tell you what they think they're going to pay you. You can't tell them. You might have something that's $4,000, but like you said, we think it's $200, so we'll give you $200. Take it or leave it.
And you would think that insurance companies, after we saw what happened with the CEO of United Healthcare, you would think they wouldn't be playing with people like this. But clearly,
they haven't learned. And then you see the CEOs, more CEOs, their pictures come off the website.
Boy, they started taking them pictures down. Let me tell you something. These companies live for, let's put our bitch up here.
I'm a billionaire.
Like, we're here to serve you. It's the random pictures like, boy, they pull them pictures so quick.
So fast, they pull them.
Can't find half of these CEOs on these sites anymore.
No, you cannot.
Like, it's too late though. You've been, once you go on the internet, baby, they can find you if they want to.
And you can take it down on the website. But I've learned, because I've learned a sad lesson. I post some stuff in the past, and they still up there. You can't.
What you post?
Yeah, too much. Too much. too much.
Let me find out you got a little tape out there. I'm like,
well,
is that candidate? Oh,
not
okay.
a tape,
Oh.
no.
Like,
but
is
just
that,
some
look,
stuff that I probably shouldn't have posted, but I did, and it's on the internet. It's on there. Like
look,
you can't.
is that candidate?
Is that Kennedy? Let me look through.
I recognize them glasses.
But once you post on the internet, especially a website, you can take it down, but it's still on there somewhere, right? You can't. It might be off your website, but it's on there somewhere. Google might still have it. Facebook might still have it. Even Instagram might even still have whatever picture you post. So you kind of,
I told people, I said, at this point, if you find any pictures or anything of me that is like that you think is distasteful or you think you're gonna blackmail me, baby, bring it out. I'm at the point in my life, like I said this to somebody the other day because someone was like, well, you shouldn't do certain things and blah blah. I was like, baby, have you seen who the 45th president was?
Yeah.
Once the highest ranking office in the country has been compromised, baby, you can't tell other people what they can and can't do.
You can't.
I'm like, the moral compass of this country is in the trash, basically. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna still hold value and stuff for myself. What it does mean though, you can't bring nothing up to me that I've said or done, and I'm supposed to like cower down and like you think you're gonna blackmail me or something. I'm like, baby, put it out there. I'm good. I'm not the one that to try to blackmail me and be wasting your time.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, yeah, I said that, and I did that, and did my breastises, and like, so you ain't never seen no big breasts before. Like,
oh, that's funny. I've done some things on social media. Some things I'm proud of.
You ain't too proud.
But it's on the again. I was young too, so I mean, I got a little older, a little bit more wiser nowadays. Yeah. So, but like I say, our prayers for California, people that lost their homes in California for sure. I think I would lose my mind if we had a family home that my mom lived in and my grandma lived in, and we actually did have a family home like that, but circumstances. But to lose that, and it's like it's all gone, and now because that could have been somebody's legacy that they're leaving, right? And now that that's gone, and there's no insurance, there's no rebuild. It's just, I don't know. It's very sad, but I do like it when celebrities step up. I've seen celebrities donate some money. I've seen some celebrities that know they're worth a lot more, but donate it less. So it's like, okay.
And then with that question though, are they? Because we also know that what we see on the internet as far as people saying someone's network, a lot of times the celebrities even said that's wrong. They were like, no, they way overshot what I'm worth. Or they way under, So that could be it as well. And then when you think about donations, if people are doing cash donations or writing a check, that may be what they have accessible to them. Because a lot of times your network is tied up into like, stocks and trades or certain material stuff and assets, not necessarily cash value stuff. So it just depends. But like looking outwardly, you definitely would see certain people that you think are on billionaire status or close to it. Like, that's all. That's all you can
give.
And you know good well you could have threw out some more money than that.
And I joke, but I mean this is the business sense. Yeah, if you just donate some just for tax write, because a lot of these companies doing it. Hey, tax write off. Tax season is in 2 months, so we need a tax write off somewhere. Yeah. So I say that to say companies don't do it just for that. Really, I mean, in business, a lot of people do that because we both business people. Yeah. I know the angle there, but you shouldn't just do it just because of that though. But I do like it. Again, Tyler Perry, shout out to you. Stepping up and calling people out. I can't wait to see what the blogs might say, how much he donating or what he doing.
You know they stay on top of Tyler Perry pocket.
His movie was good too. Have you seen it?
Oh my gosh. The
6 AAA?
Yeah, 6 AAA.
So good.
Man, I did not expect to weep. I didn't. I did not.
It's good.
But when she stood, this is a spoiler alert.
Yeah.
When Kerry Washington, oh my God, did a phenomenal job.
I think I know what scene you're talking about.
But when she stood up to that general who said he was gonna have her removed, and she said, "Over my dead body," and the way she stood up to him, and then when he was on the phone trying to get her removed, and there was commotion going on outside, he's like, "What's going on?" And you look out, and it was the first wave that you see
Mail,
these men
yeah.
start to get their mail.
Yeah.
That part made me break down. The other part was when they was walking through the station, and this white officer or soldier said, "Hey, are you the 688 battalion?" And she turned around and said, "Yes, we are." And then all of them saluted her. Because you remember she had that altercation, like slight altercation with the white soldier in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Where he wouldn't salute and address her as a captain.
Right.
Man, and from watching this movie, I don't know if you don't know, if you go to YouTube, some of the women that's in the movie, they did like some interviews with them from a few years ago.
Right.
So I was able to go back and watch some of the women who were in that battalion and hear in their own words about what happened and stuff like that. And the way that they took that old school and changed it, and they had like the showers did up, the salon and everything. I said, if that ain't black woman greatness, we would take the trash of trash and make it into something great.
Right.
I was like, these sisters don't clean up in here.
They did.
And then when the man came through that same white general, whatever, when he came through, oh, so you got time to get y'all hair done? I'm like, you were just looking for something to be mad at. Like,
something, you fishing for something.
She came in and just totally that movie
was good. I like Ebony Obsidian's character. Now she plays Karen in Sisters. That's Tyler Perry's show. And to see her in this role, Ebony, I'm a big fan of yours.
Yeah,
she need to be doing more roles like that.
Because I see her in Sisters and
it's
and I watch Sisters. It's hit and miss for me when
it
I watch
is for me too.
And so with her character work in that, it's kind of like okay, I'm bored now.
Yeah.
But this, her range, her emotion, everything was just amazing. If this movie does not get nominated for any Oscars,
we're gonna riot.
I'm
gonna riot.
I swear for God.
I'm gonna riot.
This movie, Tyler, you did that. Yeah. The cast was amazing. Just child, the genius of the black women to even take things and match the perfume with where it came
That's
from,
science right there. I'm like,
and to recognize like symbols. Oh, this is where they're at because this is showing like women who sent their hair and food and stuff like that to them to pinpoint what region of the country it came from, and that was just wow.
Pure science.
Yeah.
Science right there. Yeah. That's chemist.
Yeah. And I'm glad that they were able to get the recognition that they needed. And that some of the women actually I think one of the ladies just passed away. The one that Ebony, her character. I think she more recently passed.
Yeah.
But she got to watch it and be a part of it because they interviewed her. I've seen them do some interviews, like Zoom interviews.
Yeah.
And one thing that spoke to me special about that is I did a play about the Freedom Riders with a company out of Ohio, Mad River Theater.
Hey.
And one of the ladies that I portrayed, she's still alive today.
Oh, wow.
And one of the guys that we also portrayed in that, we got to Zoom call with him. And he and just I still got that like pictures and footage on my computer. I'll show it to you. But we got to Zoom with him and just that took me out of space of reading about it in history.
Yeah.
Now the history is talking to me. And when we got to the point where we were talking about how the Freedom Riders would sing songs, even when they was locked in the jails, to sing songs to keep their morale, he started singing like some of his favorite stuff that because he was known as the song, he would lead them in song and stuff too, and was one of the organizers with Snick and everything. And I was just like, I am sitting here in the presence of history.
Remarkable history.
That was something. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Mr. Bernard, that was his name, Mr. Bernard. Yeah.
I love that because if you guys didn't know, she's Evelyn. She's an actress, so I can only imagine having that feeling as an actress, getting to play roles and embark in history. To tell a unique story, but in another vision or another eye. So
this is why I say I have so much content that I got to put out.
Yeah.
But because things that life has just been blessing me so quickly back to back.
Yeah.
Like I took all these pictures and videos, and before I can even get a reel together, I'm
Yeah.
already on something else.
Yeah.
So like there is so much I want to share with people. That's why I do these little segments of these reels. That I say, on this episode of Adventures with E.
Hey.
So I do those a lot, but
Aw.
because we're in such a microwave kind of. Like most people who watch reels, their attention span is like 10 seconds.
10 seconds, yes.
So I try to keep them less than a minute, and I try to really capture you in the first few seconds. But I'll have longer stuff that I'll have on my YouTube page as well.
Yeah.
But I've got so many things like that. I'm trying not to cry thinking about it, but just because I'm like, to know where we've come from, where we are, and where we're trying to go,
right,
and the fabric that makes up this country in general. The things that people with our skin tone has overcome. And not only that is we set the precedence for civil rights for not just black people, but for other marginal groups.
Right.
Black people led the way for other marginal groups to be able to come here and ask for freedoms and liberties that we were fighting for everyone, so yeah.
That's dope.
And
So that's an artist.
Yeah, we got one more topic if you want to go ahead and just do that one.
Yes, real quick. Are you a gamer?
I am. I have games since I was a kid, but I haven't played any in like the last 6 or 7 years because I've been on the go.
On the go.
But last night, I broke back into it.
Yeah.
Because my nephew, shout out to my nephew Jax.
Hey, Jax.
He plays basketball, and Monday night he suffered an injury that broke his shin bone and everything in his right leg. So he had to have emergency surgery. So I went over there last night. When I came in, him and his dad was playing Mortal Kombat. I said, "Oh, this is my game growing up." So I hopped in there, and I was like, "Oh, I ain't played in a while." I realized
controls a little different.
It wasn't even that it was different. I started cramping. I was like, "Cause you pressing the button."
Yeah, you got it.
I was like, "God damn, my whole forearm is just like tight." And
yeah, especially modern games too.
Yeah, so we played that, and then we ended up playing NCAA football. Which again, I told him, I said, I ain't played in a minute. I got to work out what these controls are. And the game was, he jumped out 14-0 ahead, and I was okay. And then I tied it back up at 14-14. We played 4 quarters.
Hey.
Each quarter was 4 minutes. I had Georgia Tech Bulldogs, and he had Georgia Tech. I had the Georgia Bulldogs. He had Georgia Tech.
Oh.
And so we was playing. I don't know what happened. What happened was in the fourth quarter, and he scored 31 points in 4.
Man,
I kept throwing interceptions. I'm like, what the heck? What is going on? And so I told him, I said, my disclaimer is I let you win because you're in pain, and I want you to, you're not feeling good right now. So, but I'm going back to see him again today. So we might play again today.
Hey,
baby, that score was like, ooh.
He would have smoked me in any type of football because my big brother plays Madden, and I think he has the same game like the college football game. Loves it. WWE, shout out to WWE. They coming to State Farm. We're gonna be in the building. Can't wait for that.
Okay.
That's something me and my brothers we're doing the 27th, and then my sisters are coming, and my sister's fiance, my brother-in-law is coming too. So it's the whole thing. But any type of wrestling game we play. And it's FIFA for me, right? And then the Call of Duties, and then your platformers and whatnot. But I wanted to talk real quick, this short little gaming section, because everybody's talking about it. Nintendo Switch 2 is on the way.
Okay.
And if you guys know, the Switch where you have the Joy-Cons and So I saw a video of the Switch 2. Okay. Hopefully it comes out in May because I'll be turning 29. I think that's what I want for my birthday.
29. I remember that year.
Very, very, very excited for that. Because it's bigger, right? The screen's bigger. The the controllers, they're a little bit bigger. We saw snippets of a new Mario Kart game. Have you played Mario Kart?
Yeah, I played Mario Kart. I had it on N64 though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Mario Kart, I played that.
That was your first Mario Kart?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I think I might got you because my first Mario Kart was Super Nintendo. So that was the one before.
Yeah, mine was on N64.
Oh, wow. That was good too.
Yeah.
That was real good. New Mario Kart was seen. We don't know if it's a new Mario Kart game or if it's an expansion of the current one. Hopefully it's a new one because we need a new one. It's been years now, Nintendo. But I'm very, very excited for that, for Switch 2, because I'm a game head at heart, and to see something, it gets bigger and more beefier, and then the graphics are a little bit better, backwards compatibility, Joy-Cons look pretty cool, so I can't wait to see what it looks like. I probably will do kind of a reaction from the keynote that they got coming in April, but hopefully it comes out in May or summertime, so I can have a birthday gift for myself. So excited for that. But comment below if you guys are game heads. Put it in the comments. Let us know. We want to hear from you guys as well. That's gonna wrap up our show here today.
That's a good little show.
Good show. I loved it. Guys, stay tuned. Next week we'll be back here in the studio with another episode. Yes, we are officially back for the season.
What had happened was
what's it? Season 2? Can we call it season 2?
We call season 2.
Season 2 is here for the next year, 2025. Evelyn, it's always
a pleasure is always, man. I like pleasure.
Love it. So we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Oh, by the way, check us out. Our Instagram is WHHW Radio 1. That is our official Instagram. Of course, we're going to have in the link bio my Instagram and then Evelyn's Instagram as well. So you can follow both of us as well with our Instagram. We'll be posting reels for our Instagram. We won't be doing the full episodes anymore for Instagram. That was kind of the test run.
Yeah.
But we got to get y'all to listen to us on our networks. So we'll just be posting more reels on the Instagram to get you guys excited to go listen to the full episodes of the show. Until then, this is What Had Happened Was with K.L.P. Kennedy Lucas and
Evelyn Letitia.
We'll see y'all next week.
Atlanta, live from K.L.P. Studios. Shish. Ever wonder what went down behind the scenes of our top stories?
Say what?
Then tune into What Had Happened Was, the only radio station that takes you straight to the source. From coast to coast, tune in now as we dive deep into the stories, the drama, and the moments that shape the culture with
The swanky one, new K.L.P.
and
with your girl, Evelyn Letitia.
live, Swanky 93.3 and the Heat 94.6 radio stations, or wherever you get your podcasts from.